want to do the wheelchair headrest now. The headrest, there's a number of them. Christy's had 2 anyway. It slides up and down so you can position it on the back of the wheelchair, and then it has a number of joints. This is more joints, more control than she had in the first headrest, but you can position the headrest exactly right. Then in this one, we can actually move, I have to undo it, but we can move the headrest in so that we can cradle the head and make it work. So the headrest is right there, and it is critical when they get worse in the ALS that we can put it on. I want to show one other thing about the headrest. You're going to have to come over here, Abby. The headrest has a cover on it, and you can actually take the cover off and wash it every once in a while. But we did something else. We had a seamstress, a lady next door. Christy always used to sew, but Christy couldn't sew with ALS. So the lady next door sewed a piece of strap on it, and then we sewed a piece of Velcro on here and the actual Velcro pad here, I guess the soft parts here. And then we would take it up and over, and we would hold her breathing tubes. And that was really nice. They gave us a piece of lock link, or lock line, and they were supposed to do that. We used it some with her, and the breathing tube from the ventilator would come up. We tied it to this just with some old telephone wire, some wire, and that would help position it. But we always put it through the loop here. When we had the BiPAP, it would come around the back through the loop, and we could control exactly how long the air tube was. That was on the headrest. And we ought to actually probably make a YouTube video on how to control the tubes on a BiPAP or a ventilator so that they're positioned properly for the individual. Of course, the mask goes on the end of the tube, and then it fits on her face. One other thing with the headrest, at the end, Christy couldn't hold her head up, particularly if she was going down a hill or anything. So they have a device here which has just a couple of wheelies on it, little wheels, so that she can move her head back and forth, which she really couldn't do. But this would go around her forehead, and it would just sit on the top of her forehead and hold her head back against the headrest when she went in the car or down a hill or something. She usually didn't use it all of the time when she was in the wheelchair, but just when she was moving and needed her head stabilized. And you can adjust the tightness on it by using the little clippies and adjusting that. So that's something that they can do to hold the head as well. Of course, you use an Allen wrench and you can put this in any position. And like I say, this is her second headrest support system, and it is just a lot more flexible and complicated than the first one, but we can get the headrest exactly where we want it. Position the headrest so that it holds her head where we want it, and then tie the head down. That's the headrest, and it's an important part for an ALS person.